Let's get into it. I hope everybody's feeling good. Drop them subs, drop them bits. I appreciate you. Let's talk about the big, hold up. Yeah, let's talk about the big news that came out today as of September 10th, 2024. We've been hearing the murmurs. We've been hearing the rumors, the whispers that a PS5 Pro is coming. And I'm going to be honest. Yo, shout out to Ryan Kai with the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate you, King. I'm going to be honest. I didn't believe it was real because the rumors were stating it was supposed to come out this year. And the way my brain works is if you're a corporation that wants to charge somebody for something expensive, you should give people a little bit of a heads up so they can plan ahead. I mean, it's been a joke on this stream for the longest, but it's really not a joke because jokes are half truths. For a lot of niggas, PS4 is still current gen. They're still calling it current gen. They refuse to believe that that is an old console, even though it came out in 2013. They refuse to believe they are gaming on a TI 83. So if they haven't saved up for a PS5, and we're 4 years into the generation, it might take them 8 for the PS. We're gonna be on the PlayStation 7 by the time they get this Pro. But it turns out the rumors were true. I'm shocked because last week I said it. Remember where you're gonna hear it first. There's rumors coming around that they're supposed to announce it next week. I'm like, next week? And it's supposed to come out this year. It turns out it was true. Yes, them niggas on PS4 are gaming on a TI 83. I said it. Freaking, them niggas are spelling boobs on the PS4. The rumors are true. For those who have not been on social media as of today and you're coming through to the stream, the PS5 Pro was announced September 10th and it will drop November 7th for $700. That would make it the most expensive console to launch to date. Some people are saying that the PS3 is still more expensive because if you adjust it for inflation, it came out to like, I think it comes out to like 900 because when the PS3 came out, it was like 600. If you adjust it for now, it's like 900. But if we're just going off basic numbers, this is technically the most expensive PC to date. I mean, PC game, well, I mean, they are. But console to date at $700. And you want to hear the crazy part? If you didn't click the image, it's $700 and it doesn't come with a vertical stand. Now, this is fucking funny. You advertised your almost, because let's keep it a buck, right? And here's another thing. For those that are not in the know, it's $700. It doesn't come with the vertical stand and it doesn't come with a disk drive. This is a digital only thing. And I called this shit. When they announced that they were removing the disk drive from the PS5, that was a red flag. Because I had a feeling that meant that, look at Siggy in the comments right there. Oh, y'all can't see it. That meant I thought the PS6 was not going to have a disk drive, which means that's bad for game preservation, not being able to buy hard copies. But they're starting it with the PS5 Pro. So I can, remember where you heard it here first. I can all but assure you that PlayStation 6 is most likely going to launch without a disk drive. And if it does have a disk drive, it's going to be an add-on. So for those who are not in the know, it is going to be $700 and it does not have a disk drive. That will be sold separately as an add-on that you can use via like USB or something, and it costs $80. So if you care about collecting games, if you want a PS5 Pro and a disk drive, maybe a couple games, you're paying $900 basically. We're in PC prices. And then on top of that, these games are not even plug and play anymore. You've seen it firsthand. I bought Star Wars Outlaws on console with a disc. I put the disc in, you had to download the game from the internet. Now, if you're genuinely not interested in PC gaming, I can't be mad at you, but I will have to ask, now that we're teetering on those PC prices, it's still slightly cheaper than a PC. My thing is, why not save a couple extra $100 and just go all out and get the best platform? Especially because the best PlayStation games are going to be on PC, as long as you don't care about playing them day one. And even still, I think that's going to change. I think day one, they are going to come. If you're on a budget, and you had to choose between PC and console, at this point, I gotta push the master race agenda. Because on the PC, not only can you play your games, but you can also use Photoshop. You can video edit, surf the internet. Some of y'all be on OnlyFans. I've seen some people say they want to be able to sit in their living room and play games. That's why they have the console. And like, that's a fair point. My thing is, like, I don't know if you guys know, but you can stream your games to a TV, like just like the console. Like you can play on your couch if you wanted to. You don't have to sit at your monitor. You have options. But I think the most egregious thing is just like there's no vertical stand for that. That is crazy. You advertised it and there's no vertical stand. I seen somebody say that because like the design has 3 lines in there. Somebody said that represents the lines of Coke that Sony was doing for this price. Yo, shut up, Brooke. Shut up. I'm not drinking gamer subs. Maybe I am, but there's mini PCs. Look up the mini PCs. Yeah. And then also for like my Canadian brothers and sisters, on the Canadian dollar, it does come out to like damn near 1,000, doesn't it? I'm drinking Soylent. No, I'm not drinking nothing like that. So let's read up on it. All I know is it's supposed to be more powerful. Let's see. Jeff Keighley's been doing a great job of keeping up with the information. I think he's on Sony's payroll because he's just been tweeting nonstop. What if it was $5.99? Would there be as much of an uproar? I think there would still be some, but not as much, obviously, because it's going to be a little bit cheaper. But I think you have to take into consideration taxes, right? It's $700 with taxes. So that's really $750 with the taxes. If you want another controller, that's $800. If you want a couple games, we're $900. You need PlayStation Plus. Do y'all see the point? If you just build a PC for $800, the online is free. The games are cheap. That's the point. I'm just trying to look at it from the consumer standpoint. Like, are we trying to save money? If you're just a diehard PlayStation fan and that's what matters to you most, then sure. But we're just getting into a price range where I do think people need to think about what's best for them if they're balling on a budget. That's all. They got to make back their bad investments considering they already increased the prices. You think that's what it is? Do you think there's a possibility that Sony paid $4 billion for that failure of a company known as Bungie? And they ain't making no money off of Destiny? Marathon sucks. We don't know what else they're making. And because that was such a bad investment, maybe they're jacking up the prices to make back that $4 billion. That could be a thing. You said not too much on Destiny? The CEO of Bungie buying 25 cars a year? That shit is funny, bro. So according to Jeff Keighley, the key features are the upgraded GPU with 67% more compute units than the current PS5. This is so nerdy. 67% more compute units than the current PlayStation 5 and 28% faster memory. That means RAM. This enables up to 45% faster rendering for gameplay, making games run even faster. That also means that in theory, it should be able to multitask better, but that's if Sony takes advantage of that extra RAM power. That means in theory, like Discord, something like Discord could work better in PlayStation. There shouldn't be as many problems. But I don't know how multitasking would work too much other than that on console because it's not a full-blown PC. Maybe if they add a web browser, you could, hop out of a game and then Google something real quick because JG loves to Google shit when he gets lost. But it depends on how they handle that UI. How they handle that power. Don't forget the DualSense controller got a price increases yesterday. Did it really? PS5 controller price hike. I missed that one. Yesterday, Sony quietly, that's why I missed it. Sony quietly rolled out a price hike for its PS5 DualSense controller with basic colors jumping up $5 and slightly fancier. What's the point of the price increase? Now, this is problematic to me. Because for those who don't know how technology works, right? Technology is only expensive at the point in which it first comes out, because at that time, that's the latest and greatest. But computing power, Moore's law, processing power doubles every year and a half, so the older hardware gets cheaper. At this point, we're 4 years into the PS5. This is an old controller, old hardware. Why are you increasing the price by $10? Increase the battery life. What do you like? They're not even, if you're adding features where there's like a bigger battery, maybe I can understand. But if you're not adding anything and you're just increasing the price, I'm not going to lie. That's corporate greed. That's capitalism, baby. And they quietly did that shit. I don't like that. I don't like that, bruh. And then, and the worst part about it is, in my opinion, the PS5 controller is worse than the PS4 controller. Stick drift. I've had stick drift problems twice already. I've gone through a couple controllers already, and I don't be throwing my controller. I don't be beating the fuck out my sticks. I'm not one of these sweats, but I've already gone through a couple controllers, and them bitches was like $70 one day. I feel like the quality of the analog sticks isn't as good. I don't like that. You said preach, thank you. A lot of inflation that people complain about is just straight up corporate greed. It is. That's not no inflation shit. How do you inflate something that's 4 years old? Like, what are you talking about? It's cheaper to produce it because we're moving on in hardware. It's just bullshit. And I think what it is they're preying on people's ignorance when it comes to computers and shit. Advanced ray tracing that provides more dynamic reflection and retractions of light at more than double the speed of the current gen of PS5's the current PS5. Can I be honest with y'all, chat? Ray tracing is honestly one of the worst things to happen to gaming. One of the most overrated features. If you don't know what that is, it's just better lighting in games, which it's cool. It looks good, right? But the reason I say it's one of the worst and overrated things to happen in modern gaming is because it's fucked up performance in games. They have not gotten ray tracing right on PC yet. And you want me to believe they got it right on console? Okay. I'm still gonna be running my games on performance mode. No, we don't trust that. I have yet to play a game with ray tracing where it acted right. That shit will blow up your fucking PC and it's gonna blow up your PlayStation. So don't get too excited about that. I think it's overrated. It fucks with performance, and I will take 60 frames plus over slightly pretty graphics every single time. Ray tracing is just slightly better reflections of just slightly better. And then AI driven upscaling with the PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, a machine learning based technology that provides super sharp image clarity by adding an extraordinary amount of detail. So basically they're using AI to upscale from like 4 to 8K. I don't know what the upscaling is going to be to, but once again, can I be honest with y'all? Most you niggas don't even got a 4K TV. Most you niggas don't even got a gaming monitor. You're still gaming on a television, wondering why you're struggling to hit your shot in 2K. You're gaming on a fucking 30 hertz TV. Like, let's be real. So when we talking about AI-driven upscaling, what? Who gives a fuck? Yo, for real, can we get 1080p 60? 1440p 60? Can we get that? Don't let this fool you, because unless you have an 8K monitor, who gives a fuck about this AI-driven upscale, which is nobody. And most of you still don't got 4K. Most of y'all are still gaming on 1440p and 1080p. And to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that. My monitor is 1440p. There's nothing wrong with that. You're getting diminishing returns on the visuals after that. So who gives a fuck? Who asked for this shit, bro? At this point, I think most people would settle for 1440p 60. Bare minimum 1080. We still haven't even hit a consistent 1080 60. Not too much on the 1080p. My TV is 1080i. I respect the honesty, Loudy. I respect the honesty. So who gives a fuck? And you know the funniest thing about this announcement? Where is it at? Is it this way? What else did they announce with this? So there's slightly more powerful hardware, right? And what do you get for that slightly more powerful hardware? Alan Wake 2. Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon's Souls, Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Gran Turismo 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, The Crew Motorfest, The First Descendant, and The Last of Us Part 2 remastered for the 100th time. You announced a new piece of hardware and there's no new games. The only new game technically is Assassin's Creed Shadows, because that hasn't come out at the time of this recording. But that's not, it's gonna be on current, like, who gives a fuck, bruh? Like, the best way, if you want people to get excited, especially about such a premium product, you have to show something off that is only possible on that hardware. Like, oh my God, I see the difference. And that game's gonna be running exclusively on that platform. Oh, I gotta get it. But you announced, they deadass, they announced a PS4 game for the PS5 Pro. I'm gonna repeat that for y'all. They announced a PS4 game for the PS5 Pro. The Last of Us 2 remaster. Whoa, okay, buddy. Who gives a fuck? The first disappointment? Really? Who cares? You didn't announce anything. So I'm gonna be 100% on. I don't know what other content creators are gonna say. I don't know how people are gonna use their platforms. I'm gonna use my platform to be 100% honest with the chat. Because this is my job, I will be purchasing this. But if creating content was not my job, covering games was not my job, and I was still a teacher working a regular 9 to 5, I would not buy this shit. So I'm gonna encourage everybody. It's your money. You can do what you want, but you should let people like me and other people who are more knowledgeable, not the niggas who hype up everything, but people who are knowledgeable about games a little bit more than the average, purchase this, wait for some reviews, see what people have to say. Is there some huge difference? I personally would not recommend this day one. What's the name? They don't know about that. They don't know about that. I'm good off the base 5. And here's another thing too that's problematic about the Pro's price, right? All these games have to work on the PS5. So the problem with like these Pro models, these mid-season like upgrades is they still have to work on the regular PS5 and it still has to be able to run on the Xbox Series S and the X. So it doesn't matter if it's 45, 50, 70, 100,000% more powerful than the last hardware. There's this thing called console parity. And because of it, it limits the power of the more expensive hardware. This is why I said you PS4 niggas need to stop putting ice bags on your PS4. You're holding gaming back. So you're paying, this is another reason why it's kind of hard to get excited about it. You're paying $700 to get something only slightly better than the PS5. It's not going to be significantly better. And not because it can't be more better, but because it can't be more better. Hold up. What was it? Yo, shut the fuck up, bro. Stop texting my phone. I don't look like a nerd. Shut up, bro. This woman's cracking jokes. Saying, well, actually, it literally cannot go to, it can't, it's like you remember when Goku and Vegeta fought and we all knew Goku could go Super Saiyan 3 in the Buu saga, but he stayed Super Saiyan 2. Like, come on, Goku, we know you could wash him. But the PS5 Pro can't go Super Saiyan 3 because it has to deal with the platforms, which is the PS5 and the Xbox Series X that can only go Super Saiyan 2. And I'm gonna be honest, your PS4, that can only go Kaioken. It's not a full power fight. Yeah, like this is an Omega level threat dealing with some shit that's holding it back. You're training with a lesser than. So it's like, that's another reason you can't get too excited. They can't push the hardware that far because if they create something that only can run on the PS5 Pro, it's not going to be able to run on the PS5 and then it's going to fuck up the sales. So that's another reason. This is basically what I'm trying to get at is this product is strictly for like super enthusiasts, people who have disposable income and just want the best of the best to show off. But will you absolutely need this? No, to be 100% honest. I wonder how people who are playing on the 10-year-old, who cares what PS4 niggas think? We gotta start bullying PS4 niggas. I'm gonna be honest. I've already said this. Gaming is not a poor man's hobby. I don't care who that offends. It's not. If you can't afford a PS5, that's a first world problem. You are riding the bus complaining that your PS5 games cannot run on the PS4. You need to think about why you can't afford a PS5. And I'm not making fun of anybody who's in a bad, financial situation. I get it. I've been down on my luck too. But you need to focus on why you can't afford it. You got $1,000 watch on, checking when the bus comes. Get your bands up, bro. Keep your head down for a year. Put in the work and achieve whatever it is you want to achieve in life. And then you can get that PS5. But stop crying about it, bruh. This is a first world conversation we're having. We don't want to hear them third world opinions. Not real third world. I'm talking about, bus riding niggas. I'm just joking, by the way. PS4 niggas are a problem. They are, bruh. They are. Yo, I'm calling it right now. PS4, that shit is a racial. That's a gaming slur. Oh my God, these PS4 niggas, bro. These PS4 niggas, bro. That shit is a racial slur in the gaming community. Y'all need to be quiet. We don't want to hear it. Let me bring it up. I'm slandering y'all every stream. That shit came out November 15th, 2013. It is an 11-year-old piece of hardware. Matter of fact, somebody has sent me a video on Instagram. I need y'all to see that. Did I save that shit? Let me check my. It was somebody who had like an ice block on it. Did I save it in my shit? Oh man, I wish I would have saved it. I might have deleted. Oh wait, I did. There it is. I knew I had that slander. Somebody sent me this on Instagram. No, not this. What the fuck? I hope I didn't just delete it by accident. Instagram. Did I accidentally just delete it? Oh my fucking god! I think I just deleted it in the trash. No, it's not. Am I blind? X.com. Scroll down. Oh yeah, there it is. Whoops, my bad. There we go. Yeah, somebody sent me this on Instagram. Let me turn this beat off. I'm gonna let that rock again. What the fuck is this shit doing? I seen it. I know. He got a frozen water bottle on his PS4. I don't understand why people think this is funny. Throw that shit in the trash. You won't even get $20 at GameStop for this shit, bro. If you bring that shit into GameStop to trade it in for some in-store credit, I don't care if it's a white, black, Asian fucking employee there. It's gonna be a white employee be like, nigga, please. And I'm gonna be honest, if the white employee says it, I won't even be mad. Nigga, please. We gonna laugh you out the store. What are you doing? We let it go. Let it go. We have Afterplay. We have Klarna, PayPal Business, PayPal Credit, 4 payments at like $50. You got it, bro. You got it. Although I'd argue if you need to put a console on a payment plan, you don't need it. You need to focus on reality. But that's an option too, okay, guys? I know for Xbox, you can go to the Microsoft store and you can put it on it. You could put a down payment of like $20 and then they'll put you on a payment plan like $25 a month or something like that. You can get it. You can get it. But you guys have to understand, you cannot complain. Games don't look next gen and you're on a PS4. They don't look next gen because you refuse to let go of the PS4. So now they have to appease to you guys. This is one of the problems with gaming going mainstream. This was never an issue in previous generations. Why? Because most people who called themselves gamers back then were super hardcore. So when the new hardware came out, within 2 years, everybody upgraded. You Fortnite, Roblox, Call of Duty, Madden ass niggas need to be quiet. Anyways, what else I got for y'all? Let's get back to the PS5. That's my daily. I swear I go on a PS4 rant every day. We gonna bully y'all into upgrading. Affirm. Use Affirm. Smoke detector. Be back to freaking. We got a in-depth little presentation. It's like 6 minutes from CNET. Apparently they got some actual hands-on looks at it. So they actually have models available. Obviously it's not in mass production right now. Oh, it probably is. It's just not on for sale. But they actually managed to get a hands-on look at it at CNET. So let's see what they got to say about the PS5 Pro. I'm telling you, a PS4 man is institutionalized.
I'm here at PlayStation headquarters with an exclusive hands-on of Sony's brand new PlayStation 5
Shout out to the 800 we got here.
That's coming out in November. Yes, I got to play a bunch of games on it. Here's what's going on. It's been 4 years since Sony released the PlayStation 5, which went by pretty fast in the middle of a pandemic. But the idea of next generation kind of lingers in my head.
It looks a little taller, looks more straight. I can see like a slight difference in it, but it's pretty identical in terms of design. Do y'all like the 3 lines in the middle?
And probably for a lot of people, when do you buy a console? Well, Sony has had mid-range console upgrades in the past. The PlayStation 4 Pro came out 3 years after the PlayStation 4.
I don't care
about
about
behold, the PlayStation 5 Pro is coming out 4 years after the PlayStation 5. For $699, you're paying more, but not too much tremendously more compared to the PlayStation 5 that is already on the market and has an upgraded, slimmer version. Compared side by side, it's also not that much larger. In fact, it's a little bit smaller than the PlayStation 5 original, which is a nice surprise because the PlayStation 4 Pro was definitely bigger and thicker. What do you get? Well,
I wonder if it's actually playable or if that's just like a 3D model they printed out.
There's no optical drive. You have to buy that separately. You can use the same optical drive that's available on the slim model and pop it in. And also, it may be that a lot of people choose to prefer the digital version now, considering that there's also Wi-Fi 7 and the size of the drive.
I'm bullying Wi-Fi niggas too, bro. I'm sick of y'all as well. 2K community is the worst, man. Man, my shot's not falling. I was greening last night in the rec nonstop. I was hitting my shots. The problem with 2K niggas is 90% of y'all are on Wi-Fi. And then the worst part is you're not even on the latest Wi-Fi. You're not even on Wi-Fi 6. You're not on Wi-Fi 7. You niggas on Wi-Fi 3 on a 10 up, 10 down connection. Bro, plug your Ethernet cable in. If it's not in your room, I understand. Drill a hole in the wall. Get a 100-foot cable. It will fix everything. It's not a myth. It's true. You are paying $80 a month for 100 up, 100 down, or 1,000 up, 1,000 down, and you're getting 2 megabits out of it. Get what you paid for, please, people, please.
Is now bumped up to 2 terabytes, which is the same speed as the SSD in the previous models. Same CPU too, but the GPU is a lot beefier. It's supposed to be 67% more powerful and a lot more things like ray tracing. There's also a big focus on upgrading the resolution.
That's a crazy stat, 67% more powerful. I wonder how much more powerful the GPU, they said. I wonder how much more powerful the CPU is, because if the CPU doesn't match the power of the GPU, it could bottleneck.
Existing games,
which would fuck with some of the performance of the games.
Spectral super resolution.
Wow!
Is the technology that uses an AI neural upscaling.
It's the same CPU? If it's the same CPU as the PS5, but they put a 60% more powerful GPU in there, that could cause problems. That's another reason not to get excited about it. You're not even going to be able to get the full power of the GPU because the CPU is going to be compensating too much. I mean, the GPU is going to be compensating too much for the power of the CPU, if that makes sense. That's basically what, oh my God.
Basically just make sure the games.
That makes me think it's actually a little overpriced now, because you got to have a matching CPU.
In 4K. And speaking of 4K, existing PlayStation 5 games, they always had 2 modes, which was either 1080p, 60 frames per second, or...
So what I'm getting at, chat, for those who are not following on the technical side of things, what I'm getting at is, not only could it cause performance issues because the GPU has to overcompensate for the CPU, but here's another thing. You'll see a slight bump in visuals, but you won't see a bump in actual gameplay. And what I mean is, you're going to pay $700 and you're going to get the same dumbass Ubisoft AI, because there are certain things that the CPU handles that the GPU doesn't. And then on top of that, the AI might be even worse, depending on how more graphically intensive the game. I don't know, man.
4K.
This doesn't seem like it's worth it.
Sony's now offering a Pro mode that glues both of those together, and so you're getting both 60 frames per second and 4K. Now, that's exactly what I would have wanted to play in the first place. If you're interested in doing things like 8K gaming, or you want to do things like
Yo, shut the fuck up. Welcome to the stream. This nigga said I could beat y'all on my PS4 if it would turn on. Shut up. This nigga's funny. I know you're joking.
Per second. There are capabilities for games to do that, but those are going to be on a game-by-game basis. The real push here is for real.
Oh shit, bro. I was gonna say, we about to start bullying PS4. Then let me tell you, gaming is a first world thing. You don't need video games. You need water, food, shelter. Not 2K, not Madden, Call of Duty. Get a JOB. And if your JOB don't pay enough, you need to prioritize the shelter, food, water, taking care of your family. Not Black Ops 6. I don't care it's on Game Pass. You need to pass the game, nigga.
60 frames per second.
We're bullying you
across the board for your entire library. What does this mean for the future of PlayStation? I got to talk to Mark Cerny, lead systems architect for PlayStation, and Hideaki Nishina-san, CEO of
Also, it's playable.
For Sony Interactive Entertainment. They talked about how
you can't tell me what I need. I need 2K.
Providing a kind of on-ramp for some of these technologies, but also
I need that
Sony
VC
to lead a bit with some things like ray tracing, where they're using an AMD-developed ray tracing technology that isn't even in existing GPUs. Some of that will kind of ride ahead. And
I should start a series where I do a call in the Discord with like niggas who are addicted to 2K, and they'd be like, bro, I can't afford a PS5, man. But then they buy 2K every year on PS4. Be like, all right, bet. What I need you to do is I need you to screen share on Discord for me. First of all, does your PS4 start? Yeah, it does. It runs a little hot. It's breathing like that, but it does run. All right, bro. I need you to turn on your PS4, share your screen on Discord, and then we're gonna check your transaction history. We're going to see how many copies of 2K and how much VC you buy every year. And we're going to add that up and see if it equals a PS5. Because if it does, you're getting banned. Who wants to play Russian roulette with their account? Who wants to do that? Wheel of Fortune for the PS4 niggas, bruh.
Other things, like maybe more advanced graphics that you might be used to on PCs, will finally have a chance to come over.
You spent $20,000 on a PS4? VC? You're banned.
Cross-platform.
And you know what's funny? I'm making a joke. If I put up your transaction history and you spent thousands of dollars on VC, I will ban you in my chat. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. I get it. The game is pay to win, but I've always preached against the whales and the act. Like, you're doing too much, bro. I made it clear last night to the boys on. I was like, I'm not making another fucking build. I've spent enough on this game, bro. No, thank you. This is what I'm playing.
And Sony's games live on PCs, you'll probably see much more of that cross-pollination. Clearly a fidelity push for people who may have really big TVs or really big AV lovers and want something that either looks the best it can be or runs really smoothly.
I don't see a difference.
Big screens.
Is this shit in 4K? This nigga uploaded a video in 1080p to show off the new visuals. This is crazy.
That I played on, you could definitely see the difference. But if you're a PlayStation 5 owner, I think you could also be fine continuing to play the PlayStation 5. There are going to be about 50 games that come out at launch with upgrades specifically for the PS5 Pro. Now, while a lot of them will involve the introduction of this new Pro mode that will be able to run at a smooth 60 frames per second and 4K performance, there are going to be others that do other things. It could be graphic upgrades to the environment, more people in the environment. So that's a console. Let's go play the games. This is Sony's PlayStation demo room where I got to try out the PlayStation 5 Pro on a bunch of games in 2 different setups. The first one, got to play on 2 different monitors, checking out a whole bunch of games.
Yo, chill in the chat, bro. This man said his glasses lens look like they in 4K. It's actually the opposite. Them joints is thick because he can't see. Chill out, bro.
And then the PlayStation
480p.
5 Pro, looking at the 2 different play modes, fidelity and performance on the 5, and then the Pro.
Wow, can you guys see the difference? Can you see? Wow, look at this chat. I got it on the max. I got it on the max bitrate too.
On the PlayStation 5
Revolutionary.
Pro, Horizon Forbidden West. And then
somebody needs to tell them if they want us to really see the difference, he should have brought an Elgato and let them do a direct feed capture. Like, why are you capturing the TV monitor? We can't see the difference.
Play a few games on a big 80-inch screen, including Gran Turismo 7, which has an 8K mode, or alternately, one with ray tracing turned on, which is what I've got right here.
Shout out to Glaffo with the sub, appreciate
obviously the version I would want to play. It is, the reflections and ray tracing are beautiful. I got really into playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and I love games like this. What's really fun is that it's just such a
nobody want 8K,
and
we're not near 8K TVs for at least another 10 years, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why are they talking about that?
The Pro makes it feel faster. So I'm grabbing one controller that's connected to a PS5, playing on a PS5 for a bit, and then I would jump back and forth between that and a PS5 Pro to see what it's like. This is the 4K 30 frames per second version of
not gonna lie, who has 8K? Nobody. It's hard to even find an 8K TV right now. There's only like a couple brands. I think like Sony makes them, but even still, them bitches is like $10,000. Nobody has that.
I'm used to and looks really good. But what looks even better is
ray tracing needs to be put in the headlock.
60 frames per second.
Check the comments, bet.
On PS5 Pro, which looks buttery smooth and really crisp. So, you know, it is like going back and playing it on the 30 frames. It's kind of hard to do because this looks really nice. Unfortunately, Sony didn't let us do any direct capture of the PlayStation 5 Pro during our demos.
That's such a disingenuous showcase too, because isn't there a performance mode on? I could have swore I played on Speak for Yourself, you broke. Nigga, you broke. How many builds you got? Let me start. Isn't there a performance mode for Forbidden West on the PS5 base model? Because he just said it's hard to go from playing 30 frames on the PS5 and then go to the PS5 Pro where it's 60. There is, yeah, I know, I played it. I was like, I know I'm not bugging. You can run it 60 frames on that game was optimized from what I remember. That's such a disingenuous argument. So Sony showed it off by putting the game in graphics mode, made it run 30 frames on the PS5, and then put it on the performance mode on the PS5 Pro and said, do you see the difference? And because this nigga doesn't know what he's talking about, he's like, oh yeah, I see the difference. What?
Sony's headquarters. And they didn't let us do any close-up, real extended looks at the gameplay on screen either. But hopefully you can understand what I'm talking about for when the system debuts on November.
I'm gonna give him a pass because it's CNET. Like it's not a gaming website.
Maybe fully.
So I can't say that he's being disingenuous on purpose. He probably just doesn't know any better. But I was like, I remember there was a performance mode on the base PS5. That game ran great.
hottest of the new gaming technology tech that we've seen, and it's adopting some ideas that PC gaming still doesn't have yet. It'll be really interesting to see where games start to evolve and get better along with PS5 Pro graphics, but also where the PS5 Pro ray tracing and all of that tech begins to hint at where technology is going to be headed for PC gaming to come. Not everyone's...
He said 4K 30 on the regular PS5 and 4K 60 on the Pro. Okay.
4 years
that
after
is
the
better.
PlayStation 5.
Oops. And that was a basic preview. Let's see. And then, yeah, that's all I got for the... like I said, first impressions, being 100% honest with y'all, like, I wouldn't recommend getting this for $700. If you balling on a budget, I know a lot of y'all, especially because I know majority of my audience is older. Y'all are, according to my demographics, most of y'all are between 24 and 35. Most of y'all probably got school, family, kids. This is not a priority. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I said, let me be the guinea pig. Let me be the guinea pig on this one. And like, I'll be like, all right, wow, I could really see the difference. If you can get it, maybe go for it. But like, I wouldn't cop this day one. Unless you balling like that and you got disposable income. Yeah, bills and shit like that. I would say wait for some reviews. Yeah, the stand is sold separately. As well as the disc tray. And like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that shit. I don't like the idea of a disc tray sitting next to it. Because what happens if like I feel like that's not as stable. Do I need a stand for that as well? How does that work? Speaking of PS4, you saw the Star Wars Survivor bonus content tweet? Nah. Did anybody upload footage of the PS4 copy of Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Let me see. That shit, did it come out? Star Wars Jedi Survivor PS4. It didn't come out, did it? Nah, it didn't come out yet. When that shit come out? Because I want to see footage of it. I don't want you to get scammed. I can't get scammed because for me, that's why I said it's my job. Even if I'm not a big fan of it, it's a tax write-off. As long as I produce some type of content around it, that's why I said, let me be the guinea pig, Doug. I think you attach the disc tray to the console. Okay, so it sticks to it? I hope so. Yeah, so it makes it more stable. It's not out yet. I got more PlayStation news. This whole section is PlayStation, so that's my first impressions of it. Actually, one more thing about the PS5. It's funny, too, because I put out a poll like right before I started streaming. Is that a meme? PS5 versus the PS. Got three. That's fucking funny. The chat, I mean the For You page going crazy. Yeah, I see the difference. Shout out to the For. Sometimes the For You page is fucking funny, bro. I put out a poll like right before, and I asked how y'all feeling about it. Day one purchase, wait for a price drop, or hard pass. Almost 80% people said they're gonna pass on this. Like I said, I think this is mainly gonna be for the hardcore enthusiasts who have like crazy disposable income. And they just don't want to get into PC gaming for whatever reason. The way they're moving, they're lucky the controller's included. What's this right here? The GameStop employee when you try to trade in your PS4 for the PS5. God damn it, Elon, fix yourself. Looking at you like, nah, bro. I can give you $5 for that, dog. I can give you $5. If you got a PS4, you better trade it in while you still can. Maybe get $10 for it. Maybe get $10, but I don't know. What's this y'all linked? I put together a quick mid-range PC build for about $1,300. PS5 Pro plus the disc drive is $780. For about $500 more, you can get free online, free cloud saves, much cheaper games, mods, high fidelity frame rates. Yeah, the main thing though is like, no, he's right. He's right. And even still for like $800, you can get a starter PC. The thing is like some people just don't want to get into PC gaming for whatever reason. It's just you got to bring the argument back. For those who are open to it, you should consider possibly getting it because like you're going to pay more upfront, but if you take care of it, it's going to last longer because you can always upgrade it over time. But also the online is free. The games are cheaper. You're going to save money. You're going to pay more upfront and then you're going to save money in the long run. So it's like for the people who are open-minded, it might be time to consider. And then your PlayStation, all Xbox games come to PlayStation day one and all the PlayStation games are coming to PC. It's technically the best. It's not even technically, it is the best platform definitively at this point. What you link? If you're balling on a budget, the trade-in value for a PS5 before the PS5 Pro announcement, before and after. So before it was announced, you would get $385 of trade-in credit for the store, cash $269. What? Now afterwards you only get, so it instantly, damn, see, this is why I don't know nobody like GameStop. They could have at least waited until the PS5 Pro came out. Like the day the PS5 Pro comes out. Matter of fact, if I was the CEO of GameStop, to boost sales, I would say, you know what? Maybe we should, anybody from now until the release, the day of the PS5 Pro, we are given an extra 10 to 20% of store trade-in credit if you trade it in now, just to bring people into the store and generate some sales. These niggas didn't even wait till the PS5 Pro came out to drop the value of the PS5. And then they wonder why they're going out of business. I don't shop there. They don't get my money. Fuck them and their Minecraft store, their Minecraft swords. Yeah, get them some foot traffic so then people spend more like on the games and stuff like that. What was the other thing I had for y'all? Another piece of PlayStation news. I got a bunch of other PlayStation stuff for y'all seen in the timeline. This rumor is circulating again. The same person who leaked the PS5 Pro specs plus the PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, the 8K upscaling, the AI stuff, claims that Sony has reached out to AMD for a handheld with 2 TF of GPU power surpassing that of the PS4. Basically, they're talking about potentially a PS Vita with the power of a PlayStation Pro. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't know who Lumberjack, but he's saying it's the same person who leaked the PS5 Pro specs. We're going to keep an eye on this. That'd be cool. I would like a PS... If they do a PS Vita 2, please, no touchscreen in the back, no touchpad in the back. Just do 2 analog sticks, 2 triggers in the back, like a regular PlayStation controller. Give it the power of the PS5 Pro or the PS4 Pro, and then also allow us to stream PS5 games. I would cop one. But I need all of that. I need all of that. Keep it simple. Yeah, don't overdo it. And then also you got to have killer games on it too. They need to support it because the PS Vita failed because they did not support it. It did not have a lot of great games on the platform. It's no reason in putting all that power in the hardware if you're not going to put any games back. Bring back SOCOM, bitch. SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 4. Let's go. PS Vita 2. Tons of power. Make it an exclusive. If they bring SOCOM back and make it an exclusive to the PS Vita 2, that's a day one cop, boy. Daxter 2. PS4 power. That's a day one cop. I'll be on the couch playing that shit. $600 PSV. Hey, don't put that price on there, bro. Don't put that price on there. No extra gimmicks. But take it with a grain of salt. It's a rumor. Other PlayStation news. Funnier PlayStation news I got for y'all. Sony doesn't like fat people? I don't know. Let's see. Sony wants to monitor... Sony wants to monitor your weight distribution while playing video games. That's not what it really means. I'm just being facetious. According to a new patent, meaning Sony has filed for this, Sony wants to implement a weight distribution system for its DualSense controller and VR headset to monitor players' posture and make playing games more comfortable. Sony is one of the leading forces in the gaming market, and as it prepares for its technical presentation on September 10th, which is rumored to show, yeah, we already know. In recent times, Sony has filed several interesting video game patents that range from accessibility features, software features to innovative controller designs. In the latest hardware patent, Sony gave fans a closer look at the new touchscreen. Man, y'all yapping. According to a new patent filed by Sony, the company wants to administer a system across its PlayStation controllers and VR headsets. Why do y'all keep talking about that? Newsflash. Nobody bought the VR 2. Nobody bought the PlayStation VR. Nobody bought the PlayStation VR 2. Last I checked, y'all stopped producing the PlayStation VR 2. There's a warehouse stack. There's a Costco warehouse and a Sam's Club's warehouse and a BJ's warehouse and a Super Walmart and a Super Target warehouse stacked to the ceiling with PlayStation VR 2s. Because nobody wants to buy that shit. Stop talking about it. Fucking kill it. Y'all killed Concord faster than you should have killed this damn VR headset. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to play these games. Nobody wants to put that sweaty shit on your face. When I was on that show in Malta last year, I was on a reality show. They bought a PlayStation VR 2 for the show. And they said, hey, play this and you guys can try it out on the show. Maybe we can do some content around it. That shit never came out the box. The producers was trying to get me to play like, you're nigga, no. What? I'm not putting that on my face. No, thank you. I'm not playing it. Who cares about a weight distribution? Well, actually, you know what? A weight distribution system might be good for the VR headsets. Some of y'all niggas got big ass peanut heads. Not me, but y'all be safe. So niggas who head weigh like 75 gallons on the left side and weigh 30 gallons on the right, that might be good to help you keep your head balanced. Maybe this is good. The idea would, this be good for JG. The idea would, because that's the circumstance. This is like how your head weigh 80 liters in the back. Like what? Sensors configured into devices that analyze how the player is sitting to determine their posture. Through feedback, the sensor would then prompt the user to shift their body into a healthier way of sitting, which would especially help players who immerse themselves for long periods. Okay, I guess this is good. I can't be mad at this. So basically, it's to help you with a posture check. If you're leaning like a certain way, it's gonna remind you, hey, sit this way so you don't fuck up your neck or you don't fuck up your back. I'm not mad at this. The way the headline read, this shit would have been funny. Because the way the headline read, it was kind of weird. This would have been funny if they put sensors in their controllers and their headsets to where like, hey, nigga, you're 350 pounds. Maybe you shouldn't play the game. Like, hey, buddy, we sensed you've been playing the game for 8 hours and you weigh 280. Maybe it's time to go for a walk. Like, because you know how the controller can make noises, the speaker on that shit? But it's not for that. It's for posture. Yo, shout out to C-Dot with the sub. I appreciate it. I didn't drink any gamer subs. Everybody shut the fuck up, bro. The Fat Station 5. The Fat Phobic 5 would be fucking funny, dude. I'm not getting the Fat Phobic 6. This shit is fucking annoying, dude. PS5 automatically cuts off on your ass. Like, bro, you're too big. You're too big. Yeah, the PlayStation just cuts off. What's this, JP? Proud family peanut head. $700 to play The Last of Us again with prettier grass. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Shame on Sony and shame on Naughty Dog for being on the forefront of this shit, bro. We don't want to play this game. I'm not gonna lie, The Last of Us might be the first game that I loved, and I'm starting to hate it, and for all the wrong reasons. Get the fuck out my face, bro. We let it go, dude. The Last of Us is like the jock who peaked in high school. Like, bro, you remember fucking senior year, I threw fucking 4 touchdowns at the homecoming game? Josh, we're 35. Like, bro, let it go. Like, it was great, but come on, let it go. Let it fucking go. Other PlayStation news I got for y'all. Yeah, Al Bundy ass. Where's that? Let's see, Al Bundy football meme. There it is. Yeah, that's The Last of Us right there. Why this shit doing this shit, bro? With the fucking football, man. Like, y'all remember, bro? Y'all remember? Like, yeah, we remember. Other PlayStation news. Games industry layoffs not the result of corporate greed, and those affected should drive Uber, says a PlayStation executive. When did this article come out? This article came out today. So on the day, I repeat, on the day, the same day Sony announced the PS5 Pro, a former Sony executive says you're poor, drive Uber. Ex-Sony executive president Chris Deering does not believe recent layoffs across the game industry has been a result of corporate greed. Instead, workers who have lost their jobs should drive an Uber or go to the beach for a year until employment settles. That is so out of touch. Yeah, because if I lost my job, the first thing I would think of is go hang out at the beach. People lose their jobs, they start crying. It ruins their day, especially people who got families. Like, imagine having a wife or a husband, 3 kids, a dog. You get laid off, rent is due. You're crying. You're trying to figure it out. I'm not going to the beach. Also, nigga, not everybody lives in California and Florida. Not everybody lives near a beach. What about the people who live in the Midwest? What about the people in Cleveland, you know? That'd be lucky if they get a job. Derek was a guest of a games writer, a Simon Parkins podcast, My Perfect Console, where the pair discussed games industry layoffs. I don't think it's fair to say that the resulting layoffs have been of greed, saying Deering. I always tried to minimize the speed with being added to staff. Man, who gives a fuck what this nigga's talking about? You're an idiot, dude. I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit. We're gonna add, I like what you said in the chat. We're gonna add him to the fraud watch list. Hold up. I'm saving that so I don't lose this shit. Bro, leave my city alone. We struggling. Welcome to the string, Mogenema, but you're not from Cleveland because you're typing in the chat and Cleveland people don't have internet, so stop lying. You're trolling. Let me go into my... you guys do not have fucking internet. Stop lying. You can't watch my streams. You notice I've never gotten my ass beat. I've never been pressed. I've never been shot at by anybody from Cleveland. Do you know why? Because none of them know I exist. They're fighting super mutants and fucking Krogans. What's the name of this shit? Fraud. 2000 fraud watch. Here we go. Chris Deering. We're gonna add him to the fraud watch for 2024. Drive Uber if you can't get a PS5. For context, so I don't forget. Then we're gonna put the link right there. Just go to. Hey, chat. If you can't afford a PS5, if you can't afford rent, just go to the beach. Just go to the beach. Just go to the beach, chat. Nope. Just go to the beach. Your boy Mike Ybarra strikes again. Who? Oh, wait, is that the guy that told it? He said clown. Sony just tried selling a game nobody wanted. Now it would try to sell a PS5 Pro nobody wants. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mike Ybarra. That's right. This is the former president of Blizzard. Like a couple months ago, we talked about him. If you weren't in the stream, this is the guy that tweeted out and he went viral a couple months ago because I think he had beat Elden Ring and he put out a tweet and he said, hey guys, you ever played a game that's so good that after the end of the game, you wanted to tip the developers? And we said, no, nigga. We paid $70 for the game. That was the tip, pussy. What are you talking about? I don't care how good the game is. If the game is that good and you generated a bunch of sales, you pay the employees. That's your problem. So no. And then, like I said, it's funny that that quote came from a CEO because, nigga, you don't pay for games. I don't even pay for half the games that I have, and I'm a content creator. You're a former CEO of a games industry, one of the biggest corporations in gaming. I know you don't pay for games. You got connections. Talking about we should tip. You don't even pay for your games. Get the fuck out of here, dude. And then on top of it, now he's the CEO of Prize Picks. And he's out here calling people clowns because they don't want to get a PS5 Pro. But then people wonder why they hate some of these CEOs and shit like that. Like, yeah, like you guys seem very you called this nigga a clown because he doesn't want to buy a PS5 Pro. It's people's right to not buy it. Also, you don't work for PlayStation. Why are you dick munching Sony? Why are you dick munching Sony? And for anybody, before anybody even, because I feel like when I upload this to Hokage Highlights, some people are gonna be in the comment, oh, you're an Xbox fanboy. No, I'm not. I got what people are calling Game of the Year. Did you buy it? Because I saw some tweets saying the sales are looking kind of low in the UK and the sales are just okay in the US. I told you, a lot of PlayStation niggas, they sit in Twitter spaces and they talk about games more than they actually play them, but we're pulling your achievements up. I could be critical of something and love it at the same time. If anything, I'd argue it actually means you love it more. If you're genuinely somebody's friend, you'll criticize them when they make a mistake. Or otherwise, you're not really friends. I got it. I got it. I got a PC too. That card don't work with me. You said that's valid? Yeah, we got the Game of the Year. I play PlayStation. Don't put that on my body. Yeah, we psnprofiles.com. This is what we're gonna start doing. Anytime one of your friends in your friend group starts saying just something outrageous and stupid, go to psnprofiles.com, go to xbox.com, and check their achievements. There was somebody that got exposed yesterday, and if my group chat didn't self-destruct every 24 hours, I will pull the link up. But to summarize it, the shit was funny. It was some Xbox fanboy. He got exposed on Twitter. It was on my For You page. That shit was so funny. Wait, was it a PlayStation or Xbox? Yeah, it was an Xbox fanboy that was talking shit about PlayStation, and he was saying something like, what's that? Astronauts 2 should be Game of the Year over or he was saying Astronauts 2 Psychonauts 2 is better than this game. And then somebody quote tweeted him and he was like, how would you know, nigga? They pulled up his screenshot of his achievements. He had like 10% of the achievements on Psychonauts 2. He was like, you didn't even play the fucking game. How would you know? Criticism, move them damn speakers. Cammy, I will. I haven't even played my record player in a few days. Be quiet. Barely played it, but somehow you know the game is better. You fucking fraud. You guys don't play any games. Brandon, but are you gonna talk about Apple's event today? Nah, because they like the copyright strike. I'm gonna be honest, I watched a summary of Apple's event yesterday. I didn't really see anything that got me excited. Did y'all see anything? They said a bigger phone, slightly faster. There's a button on there so you can take pictures. That's cool. But am I gung-ho about upgrading? I don't know. Camera button. Ooh. Yo, shout out to Kerbird with the sub. Appreciate it. Maybe his experience was potent. What else I got for y'all? Get him the fuck out of here. He's a fraud. Oh, and last but not least, for the PlayStation news, it's already started. I predicted this was going to happen before they even announced the PS5 Pro. I said they're going to use the PS5 Pro. First of all, most of you niggas don't even play games. We know you play Call of Duty, Roblox, Madden 2K. But you're going to buy the PlayStation Pro just to flex on people. And right here, this guy on Twitter. We don't accept broke people in the PlayStation community. If you want cheap fast food, you can check out Xbox Welfare Pass. If you want to use PlayStation, you got to pay. Simple. PlayStation is a privilege. Get checked, bitch. This shit is so weird. Apparently, I'm on welfare because I played the Black Ops 6 beta on Game Pass. I'm on chat. Who played Black Ops 6 on Game Pass? We're welfare babies now. This is the shit I be talking about. When I say PlayStation niggas, I'm talking about fanboys. When I say Xbox niggas, Xbots, I'm talking about fanboys, not people who are fans of PlayStation, not people who are fans of PlayStation, of Xbox. That's something completely different. We're talking about these weirdos, the PC master race ass niggas. We're talking about those. You are on welfare if you have game. My bad. I want a good deal. I don't care how much money I make. A deal's a deal, bitch. Blue light special. I showed my age on that. Only real ones gonna know what I'm talking about. Loud and proud. People be fighting for these CE. Yeah, why are you corporate cock munching so hard? PlayStation is a privilege. Get checked. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, bruh? Being a corporate cock muncher, a CCC. Instead of the CCP, we got the CCC, a corporate cock muncher. They don't know you exist. Be a good consumer. That's all I ask. You just mad you don't get the privilege to pay for $700, right? That shit is weird, man. Pull his PSN profile up. Nah, he not getting no clout, bro. He not getting no clout. That shit is fucking funny. So friendly reminder, before you get mad, before you leave the comments, I'm not talking about PlayStation fans, and I'm not talking about Xbox fans. We're talking about fanboys when I say that. That's what I'm talking about, the weirdos. Then we talk about that shit. But that's the PlayStation news that I got for y'all. That was a fun conversation. Let me know. Press 69 in the chat if you are gonna cop a PS5 Pro day one. I want to know.